All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Friday evening, and it's finally time. It's been 2 weeks since I purchased this, the Seiko SBDC053, and man, I really, really love this watch. It's become almost pretty much a daily wear. If not wearing it all day, it's in part of the rotation during the day, and so I'm just really absolutely thrilled with the watch. It's a stunner. Now, as you guys can see, I've changed the bracelet out. I took it off the rubber strap. I have that here. I will go through the strap here in this review, but I did put it on a Strapcode or Mil-Tat. This is their engineer bracelet. Now, you know, it's a little bulky. It's a little big because there's no taper to it. It's super thick compared to the sexy lines on the watch, but from the top side like this, it just looks absolutely stunning. So very nice setup here. So this watch, I'm going to have to apologize a little bit in advance because the watch is so darn shiny that we're really going to pick up a whole lot of reflection while we do this video, but just bear with me with that. So here we go into the SBDC053. Now, I have to tell you guys that it's funny, I told my wife today that if I had not purchased my Breitling yet and purchased this watch, I may not have actually bought my Breitling because... And that sounds strange, and by no means do I regret my Breitling. I'm keeping my Breitling, but this watch really hits up there to me. It really packs a lot of punch for what you get. So this is a 42.5 millimeter watch from side to side is what I measured. It comes in just under 50. As a matter of fact, I measured about 49 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, so that's really nice. You're just under 14 millimeters of thickness. You do have a domed sapphire crystal taking up a little bit of that, and you have a 20 millimeter lug opening on this watch. So in traditional Seiko style, you guys can see it has beautiful indices done. Now, a lot of people call this, I guess it's like the 62 Moss reissue, and for me, it really doesn't. It doesn't fit that moniker. I know the case and some of the hand styling and whatnot, but really the what is it? The SLA 017, I think, is the high end one, and that's the one that really is the true reissue. But these just offer so much wonderful Seiko, you know, what we come to love about Seikos. Now, I'm lucky, and if you guys take a look at this, I don't see any misalignment in this watch whatsoever. The bezel lines up, all of the markers line up on it, so I was super happy about that. And I know that some people have commented that, well, the hour hand, I guess on some was not aligned correctly, and so it wouldn't, you know, be dead center when it was at, say, the 5 o'clock position. This one, I don't have that problem. Everything lines up perfect. You get the perfect little rocket ship up there at 12 o'clock, you know, when it's noon, and you've got your big hand and stuff put together. So beautifully applied indices on this watch with the polish around, as you guys can see. Chapter ring in there is slanted down towards the dial. Now this has a beautiful, incredible blue dial on it. I'm unfortunately probably not going to really be able to capture the brilliance, but absolutely spectacular. Catches the sunlight well, a little darker in the middle and goes out. So beautifully done dial here. The big arrow on the hour hand and the nice long baton sword style, I guess, well, it's not really a sword style, more of a baton with a point. Minute hand. You do have the flying meatball there on the back of your sweep second hand. The sweep second hand is very smooth. This watch is running the 6R15 movement from Seiko. Just a really top grade movement from them. Offers a lot more above and beyond the 4R35 and the 4R36 from Seiko. Just the materials used in the watch, the differences in the performance is a 50-hour power reserve on the 6R15 compared to 40 hours, so a different springing, and it's an in-house movement, and that's one of the spectacular things about this watch, and I find it just absolutely amazing, even comparing it to something like a Breitling. This is a $600 watch. You've got sapphire crystal, in-house movement from Seiko. Absolutely amazing polish work done on the case. Because you have a Seiko here, you end up with this, what's called the Zaratsu style finish work that's done on the watch. You guys can see along the edge of this watch. It's absolutely spectacularly done, extremely clear. And this is part of what you're paying that little bit more for on these watches. That polishing comes around there. Very, very well done. Nice clean cut lugs. All the polish work on the inside is done very well. Turning around here, checking out the other side. I love the fact also that you have the pierced lugs on this watch, which is spectacular. Nicely done coin edge bezel. Grips very, very well. And you see you have a non-signed crown on this watch. Go ahead and show you that bezel there. This is 120 click, and everything, like I said, really lines up nicely on this watch. Nothing is off, no back play. It's a very super Sturdy bezel on these watches. As a matter of fact, when I did the review of Chris's 051 on the bracelet, same thing, just wonderfully done. So we're going to get this watch on the wrist here towards the end of the video, and we'll definitely go out with a Lume shot. Now, if you guys watched my collection video, you know that I did the, you saw some of the Lume on this watch. This bezel insert on this watch is one of the most beautiful bezel inserts I've seen from Seiko. So yeah, I think it's a polished, it's polished aluminum, so it's highly polished, but one of the things I didn't mention with this watch is it's also fully DiaShield coated. So again, a proprietary thing from Seiko with their DiaShield protection on the case of the watch, protects it against fine scratches and keeps that really beautiful Zaratsu style finishing the way it should be. Let's see, go ahead and flip it over here. Take a look at the case back. Now you have your standard information, this being a Seiko Prospex model. Seiko, the air divers. I think that possibly somewhere on there it lets you know that it's sapphire crystal. So, you know, typical Seiko case back with the tsunami there. Or Kanagawa wave, whatever you'd like to call that. So, very beautiful watch, guys. This fits me very well. It's funny because I was watching Random Rob's video this morning on the, I think it's the Blue Coral Sumo. And I've always had my eye on it, but it's a big watch, and I think these ones at this 42.5 to 43 millimeter size really offer a lot, and just great watches. So let me pause it here and get this on the wrist so you can check that out. So this, of course, is not the factory bracelet. I'll leave a link, an Amazon link to where you guys can find one of these bracelets because they really do look good on the watch and it balances out well. A little bit heavy, like I said, because there's no taper and it's such a thick bracelet, and some people may not like how thick the bracelet is with the beautiful curvature of the case on these watches. So as you can see on my 7-inch wrist, this watch really fits well. I don't think it's too big. You know, no crown guards on this watch. You can see it with my wrist working there. I do touch the crown, but it's never been a bother. No uncomfortableness about that whatsoever. So yeah, with the DiaShield, you've got an in-house movement on these watches. DiaShield, as far as the overfinish on the watch goes, and knowing the stuff that Seiko puts into their watches, their Sprawn with their mainsprings, the magic lever, you know, their Super Luminova, or not their Super Luminova, but their, you know, their Lume Bright, I think is what it's called, is just spectacular. And all those things are what we really love about Seiko, and it makes them special. And I think, for me personally, this is the nicest Seiko watch I've ever purchased. I mean, it's right up there with my Alpinist, which I did sell, but it was a super well-done watch. And it had a little bit of an alignment issue on the internal compass. This one has no alignment issues, so it's actually the nicest Seiko I've ever purchased. So one thing I wanted to show you before I plug off the video here is, or show you the Lume shot, is the rubber strap that these come on. This is your typical modern Seiko rubber straps. They're super pliable, almost more of a silicone feel compared to the old hard rubber we're used to from back in the old days. You have the Seiko emblazoned there on the stainless steel buckle and also on this stainless steel keeper. I'm actually a fan of this. I know a lot of people feel that these slide around too much, but I do like them. One thing I wanted to show you is they do, they stainless steel line now the inside of the rubber here. Now these will slide out, you need to be careful, but it's really nice because you're going to get more tenure out of these straps because of that, I really do think. So, okay, let me go ahead and dim the lights. We're in the Orient Triton while I was making the video. Let me go ahead and dim the lights, and we'll get a Lume shot to go out with. All right, guys, so I don't think this is going to be any surprise to you since you're all aware of Seiko Lume, but it's always spectacular, and this watch is not an exception. I mean, it's bright, super bright, lasts all night, of course, because it's Seiko, but yeah, Seiko's doing something special with these watches. I really do like them. I really do appreciate them. Now this, I have an unboxing video up. You guys can go check that out where I actually take this out of the box. This is a JDM watch. It came straight from Japan. It has a Japan-only warranty on it, but I went with that. I wanted to do it. So, all right, guys, I'll leave a link down below for where you guys can find these watches on Amazon. I'll also leave a link where you can find this Strapcode bracelet, the engineer-style bracelet on Amazon. So, all right, guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please hit that little picture of my face right down there and subscribe. All right, guys, thanks.